Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham, back with more Bears rumors and news for you guys. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Let's talk offense, as it appears there could be an offensive philosophy change based on moves this offseason. Albert Breer wrote his weekly column over the past day or so for Sports Illustrated, and basically he had an NFL executive on there saying he thinks that 12 personnel might be used more in the Bears offense. 12 personnel, for those of you who don't know, that's 2 tight end sets. I'll explain different offensive packages later on in the show. He spoke to the Nick Foles, the Cole Kmet editions. Here was Matt Bowen, ESPN NFL analyst, building on this philosophy a little bit more, saying Kmet gives Matt Nagy's offense a true inline tight end with the pass-catching skills to fit in his system. In addition to giving Chicago an extra gap and the run game as a blocker, Kmet can stretch the seams, run crossers, pop-offs, play action, RPOs, while also seeing the ball on the inside sit routes to move the chains. Now, here's what some of the different personnel packages mean, because I'll be honest, even as recent as a few years ago when people would be like, 13 personnel, I don't know what that is. So here's what it is. 0 personnel, it's 5 wide, baby. No running backs, no tight ends. We're slinging it. 10 personnel, 1 running back, no tight ends, 4 receivers. 11 personnel, which is the most common, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 receivers. 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. 13 personnel is 3 tight end sets with 1 running back and 1 receiver. Not utilized very often anymore. You see it on the goal line, short yardage situations sometimes. Obviously, there's a lot more than just those, but those are kind of some of the more common ones, especially in today's NFL. 12 personnel kind of being the focus for the Bears because, look, they invested in tight end this offseason. They signed Jimmy Graham. They drafted Cole Kmet with their first draft pick. I think you will see these 2 guys playing at the same time in a lot of 2 tight end set packages. You went out and got Demetrius Harris. All of a sudden, the Bears have a formidable tight end group, whereas last year they had arguably the worst tight end group in the NFL. So I think you will see more 2 tight end sets. I think it's something to expect in 2020. What do you guys think? Should Chicago use more 2 tight end packages? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I definitely think you will see it more. I think you should see it more. I'm not saying this should be the base package for the Bears offense, but I think it would be a lot more used in 2020. Now, that NFL executive on Albert Breer's piece also kind of pondered some of the moves, talking 12 personnel, saying maybe going to more 12 personnel with Nick Foles like they did in Philly, run the ball, protect the ball, and play good defense, kind of guessing at what the Bears' philosophy could be this season after the offseason moves. Look, Nick Foles, they adjusted the offense around him when Carson Wentz would get hurt. They would simplify it for him. Doug Peterson made it a simple RPO offense, quick reads, get the ball out of his hands, and he was effective. 67%, 3,400 yards, 21-11 touchdown interception ratio, 10-3 record in 2017 and 18 when you include the playoffs. Obviously, he was excellent in both of Philadelphia's playoff runs, especially when they won the Super Bowl in 2017. So we'll see what the Bears offense looks like. I want to ask you guys this, though. Like this video if you're excited for the 2020 NFL season. I hope that means every one of you give this video a thumbs up, because who isn't ready for 2020 NFL season? I need sports in my life. I know you guys do too. Hopefully it starts on time. So go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you're ready for the 2020 season. And speaking of that, the schedule is set to come out on Thursday night for the Chicago Bears and all 32 NFL teams. Every team, including the Bears, they already know their 16 opponents, but now we get to find out, what the big matchups are, who the Week 1 opponents are, what exactly the entire schedule looks like in terms of what teams play certain teams and when they do play them. So that will be revealed on Thursday night. NFL does plan, as of now, to start the season on time. I didn't mention the Bears already know their opponents, so we'll go through them real quick. The home games, obviously the NFC North opponents there, the top 3. Tampa Bay is coming to Chicago. That should be a fun matchup with that revamped Bucs team. Houston Texans, Colts, you got the Saints at home, and the New York Giants at home as well. On the road, again, the NFC North teams, Lions, Packers, Vikings, you know how that goes. The Falcons will be a road game as well. Carolina, Jacksonville, the Rams, and the Tennessee Titans. I think these road games are manageable. You look at Jacksonville, Carolina, Tennessee, it should be a tough one, but Carolina and Jacksonville should be very winnable. Some of those other ones should be winnable as well. Who do you want to face in week 1? I want revenge on the Packers if I'm a Bears fan, right? Like, don't you want to revenge what happened last year in week 1, that ugly 10-3 game when Green Bay led off the season with a win? Give me Green Bay in week 1 for the Bears. I think that would be a fun NFC North matchup to kick off the season. This is something you should do as well. Get your mother some flowers for Mother's Day. Guys, we're just a few days away. This Sunday is Mother's Day. Don't wait until the last second. You're already waiting a bit too long, if you ask me. Go to chatsports.com/mom. You can get all kinds of different flower bouquet packages, whatever it is. They have gifts, chocolates, all kinds of stuff for 15% off at Pro Flowers. Chatsports.com/mom will get you to their website, and you can shop today and get 15% off. The longer you wait, the higher the shipping cost is going to be. So go ahead and shop right now. All right, let's talk about Tashaun Gipson. We never really talked about the signing. I'm not going to focus on that as much, but more on the fact that he has had his Zoom teleconference with the Bears media members. He's excited. He's ready to kind of hit the refresh button after playing with the Houston Texans last year. Thinks him and Eddie Jackson should be a fun combination in the Bears secondary. Now, Tashaun Gipson had a little fun. He's worn number 39 for a while, but that's Eddie Jackson's number, so he's going to wear number 38. Here was a quote from him during his teleconference talking about Eddie Jackson in this Bears defense, saying, quote, "I like the way he plays the game. I like his instincts. Having two guys back there with a D-line and a front seven like that in front of you, that's going to be a deadly combination. I'm excited to pair with him." I'm excited too. I like what the Bears have done on this defense. You get Tashaun Gipson, you go get Robert Quinn, you add some other pieces as well. You draft Jalen Johnson. So, look, the Bears' 2019 defense was still really good, but it wasn't as good as 2018. Could 2020 be better? If you think it will be, type B. If you think 2018 is still the better defense, go ahead and type A. But I'm excited to watch this Bears defense for the 2020 season. And I'm excited to watch Tashaun Gipson pair up with Eddie Jackson in the Bears secondary. Gipson can play free and strong. I think he'll play strong, obviously, with Eddie Jackson remaining as that center field type safety. Both these guys are ball hawks, though. They can go intercept passes. I like the way the Bears have filled needs in the secondary. You draft Jalen Johnson. You go sign Tashaun Gipson after losing HaHa Clinton-Dix. I think the Bears have done a good job to fill needs on the defensive side of the football. You add Robert Quinn, like I mentioned, as well. Now, Tashaun Gipson didn't play great last year in Houston, but he still had 3 interceptions. Like, he still got turnovers and had 8 pass breakups. His coverage stats weren't as good overall, but I still think he's a productive player. And what I like about Tashaun Gipson is his level of play elevates when players around him are better. Texans defense isn't very good. The Bears is. There are good pieces around him, so I think he will play a whole lot better. He was excellent on that Bears team, or on that Jags team that went to the AFC title game. Grade the Gipson signing. Type A, B, C, D, or F. Like I said, we never really broke down this news here on Bears Now, so I want you guys to grade it now. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm giving it an A-. I think it's a good signing. It fills a need. I think he could actually be an upgrade from HaHa Clinton-Dix. I want you guys to subscribe to Chicago Bears Now if you want more Bears videos. We're plugging out shows almost every single day. If we get a few more subscribers, we probably will do daily videos. We'll have the latest rumors, news, Q&A. We'll probably do another mailbag very, very soon. So always use hashtag Bears and much more. We're gonna try different shows this off season. Obviously, not a ton going on right now with no sports, no OTAs or anything like that. So we welcome suggestions as well. We're very interactive here on Chicago Bears Now. So go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. All right, let's talk Cam Newton one more time. Hopefully this is the last time. Now, The Athletic's not suggesting that the Bears should sign Cam, but they did do a piece basically outlining 7 teams that could make sense for Newton. The Bears were one of them. To their credit, they made the point of, look, they've invested in Nick Foles. The coaching staff knows Nick Foles. This would be a long shot, and I totally agree with that. In a perfect world, would you like to kick the tires on him, work him out? Sure, but you can't do that right now. There's too many question marks around his health. I just don't see a scenario where Cam Newton ends up with the Chicago Bears. quite frankly, I don't know where he ends up coming off a season when he only played in 2 games and major health concerns. Like, Cam Newton has not played at a high level since his MVP season in 2015. He's been banged up. He hasn't, been as accurate with the football. I don't know what his future looks like. I just don't think it ends up with the Chicago Bears. What do you guys think? Should the Bears sign Cam Newton? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. I'm typing my 2 for no. If I knew he was perfectly healthy and could get him for cheap, I'd say yes, but I don't know that. So why would I mess around by signing Cam Newton? I think we all need to just realize that Nick Foles and Mitchell Trubisky, that is what you're looking at this year. That's your quarterback competition. I think Foles will be the starter. That's why I have him as projected starter on my depth chart here, but I do think it will be an open competition despite the fact that the Bears did decline Mitchell Trubisky's 5th-year option. I don't think they will go out and sign Cam Newton for the 2020 NFL season. I think it'll be a combination of Foles and Trubisky. Hopefully, whoever it is takes the job and runs with it, and the Bears have a very successful 2020 season. I wish Cam Newton the best. I hope he has a chance to become a starter somewhere. I just don't think it's going to be with the Chicago Bears.